Cyril Ramaphosa has sent an urgent mission to eSwatini as the kingdom's security forces continue to crack down on pro-democracy protesters. AFP reports that at least one person has died and 80 others have been hurt this week. Fresh visuals reveal how police fired rubber bullets and tear gas into buses carrying protesters. There have also been reports that live rounds are being used. It's understood the protesters were traveling to support two pro-democracy MPs at their bail hearings. The pair have been behind bars for several weeks, and protesters in Babane say they'll take to the streets until they're released. Now, Cyril Ramaphosa, who heads up SADC's security organ, has sent seasoned former Minister Jeff Hadebe and a handful of other representatives to speak with King Mswati III before the end of the week. He has ruled eSwatini since 1986 and is accused of living a lavish lifestyle. Swaniso is going to join us now. He is the leader of eSwatini's main opposition party, the People's United Democratic Movement. I beg your pardon, sorry. Mulungisi Makhanya is the leader of eSwatini's main opposition party, the People's United Democratic Movement. And he told local media this week that the protests will intensify despite on and off internet outages. We've managed to get through his party's head of international relations, Swaniso Mkhabela, who joins us live now from Manzini in eSwatini. Swaniso, thank you so much for your time. Let's start with the situation on the ground right now. We're hearing reports that one person has been killed, 80 others hurt. What information do you have?
Good evening to, good morning to you, the news. Well, it is true. The situation on the ground is very, very bad. I can say that we do not know actually what is happening, because as much as we can call it an unrest, but to us, it's a massacre. Because as I'm talking to you, the internet has been shut down. So we cannot confirm the numbers. Yesterday evening, we knew that 7 people were dead and about 50 injured. So we cannot confirm the numbers because we've got no means to confirm them, since as soon as the massacre began, the internet was shut down and it wasn't easy for us to communicate and confirm the numbers. Otherwise, the situation on the ground is very tense. There's a sense of fear, there's a sense of shock, and there's a sense of disbelief, anger, and loss of hope.
Swaniso, with the internet being down, how long has that been the case, and how are you able to connect with us?
Well, the internet was shut down, I think, about 10 a.m. or so yesterday. Up to now, we still do not have the internet. People like myself, we rely on the virtual private network, which has become the alternative for all the oppressed social media users.
Swaniso, has there been any word from the king, any hope that he might come out and speak to the people or meet with the people?
None whatsoever. There's been no word from the king. The only thing that we get from the so-called king of Swaziland is insults, is ridicule. All that he does is sit in front of his computer or probably his smartphone and watch what is happening on social media. Any speech that he will deliver thereafter will be ridiculing the pro-democracy activists, anybody who's speaking against his monarchy. So that is the sort of response that we get from the king. Anyway, we do not have a dictator who is drunk with power, who doesn't want to lose his grip on power anytime. All right. What we have seen in the past few days and weeks actually is a dictator who has shown that he is willing to fight to the end in order to keep his kingship.
All right, Siboniso Kabela, thank you so much for joining us. He's the head of international relations for eSwatini's main opposition party, the People's United Democratic Movement. And as you could tell, his internet connection was shaky. He was able to somehow circumvent the block on the internet that's been in place in eSwatini since, he says, yesterday at 10 a.m.